Right here, got a electric furnace. I'm in the process of installing a wood-burning boiler heat exchanger in, and it's got the boiler. Just ran the pipe from the boiler about 125 feet. Got this incredibly expensive foam-filled, super heavy-duty, waterproof plastic line to retain heat. It's run into the basement now, and it's going to have lines running to a heat exchanger. That's water to water for the hot water tank here, and then branching off of that in a series to the furnace, my electric furnace here, and then eventually to another heat exchanger in our garage. Down here in our messy basement. Problem with these electric furnaces is they have very little room for heat exchanger. Actually open up the furnace, and the hole for the blower is only about 15 by 12, going up into this sort of, I guess you'd say, plenum. The plenum at the top part is about 12 inches by 24, and I was able to find a heat exchanger that size. So even though the hole underneath it that's coming off the coils is 12 by 15 or 12 by 12, the air still would blow, in between this cavity, far to still pass through the whole 12 by 24 heat exchanger, and hopefully there'll be enough heat going through our duct system that was designed for this 2,700 square foot house. So some of the tools I have, I'm going to attempt to do this with. I got some sheet metal tools, as far as different cutting, left hand, right hand, straight cutting sheet metal pliers. I have a pair of sheet metal benders here, which are pretty handy. Sharpie, of course, to tape measure to mark out the size of the hole. I even have an angled die grinder here with a cutting blade on it. My heat exchanger, I bought it because of this angle. There's really no way to mount brackets on the side, so I got the heat exchanger so it's going to stick out the back 1 inch. It's got a 1 inch lip on the back of the heat exchanger. It should stick out this back side, and then of course your tube's on this side, and so the front and back of the plenum should suspend it and hold it in place. That's the plan. So I'm going to get measuring and start cutting these holes out and go from there. Okay, I ended up using my die grinder to cut the hole in here. Much simpler than trying to use the tin snips, and more accurate. What I did is I left a ½ inch overhang on the actual size of the heat exchanger, and bent them back to give the plenum some rigidity, keep it rigid. And I just trim off these ears a little bit so I don't have sharp edges here. And then the foil tape will also go around there to seal it. Now I'm going to try cutting the back side to match, and it'll slide right through, hopefully. Does fit in the front. That's where we are now. Alright, slid the heat exchanger in. Got a hole in the back. Heat exchanger sitting out. It's got full fins that are in the air chamber. Hopefully it'll work. Got to get some duct tape up the any little gaps that are around it. It should be good to go. We'll see what happens.